going to be with the Lord. And just below Rispa is Pamela. Pamela has gone to be with the Lord. So we are a small team, and some of the challenges that we've been through is our members going to be with the Lord, and 3/4 of them in the prime of their youth, except Mama Esther, who was 76. This is the team that was there at the beginning, but now we have over 35 members, and we go up 3 times a year. It's in the northern part of Kenya. It's very dry. The people are pastoralists. Another slide. Yes, this is a Turkana woman, and when you see a Turkana woman, girl, with that part of the hair unshaved, it means they are marked out for not interacting with foreign culture. And in this case, the foreign culture is education. They are not supposed to go to school. This is the land, the beginning. This is where it begins as you drive up north. Our missionary Yvonne North was able to drive during our August mission. The Lord had just given us a vehicle, and she was driving up north. It was raining and it was dark, and for the first time on the left-hand side of the road, we prayed. We got there. These children, when they see us, they see a lot of hope. There are many of them who would be dead if we didn't go there, because they were probably sick, malnourished, and the distance from the hospital is very far. So they may go for a whole year before they see any medical person in that area. So when they see us, they see a lot of hope. One time, a child was brought who had been bitten by a snake and had been with a wound that was rotting. But by the end of our stay there, the leg was healing. And when we went the following, after 3 months, the child was running around. We can see camels in the background. This is a very big sign of wealth. If anybody has camels, they count themselves wealthy, because when their daughters would get married, they would get camels. And that is why daughters are very precious and should not be taken to school. The literacy level in Turkana is 2%. There are no schools. As I told you, the people that we met in August this year were seeing chairs for the first time. We carried 20 chairs because we were 19, but they took them all from us so that they could just test what it is like to sit on a chair. Here are children. They have been bathed and clothed, and they look so new. So they are ready to pose for a picture. Next. Yes, children now singing. Next. This is a woman bringing her child to the clinic. In the background, we can see animals and the women scrambling for water in the riverbed. The rivers are seasonal. These are people that Yvonne, our missionary, works with at the regular clinic where she works. So these are part of her staff. We had an open day. Next. Yes, waiting for medical attention. Children posing for photographs. I don't know whether children here take a special pose for pictures. Next. This is an anthill.
Huh?
An anthill.
Wow.
And, you know, I imagine asking an ant, can you make that anthill? And probably the ant will say, I can't make it all, but I can do something. And this is what the challenge that I posed to you today. Probably you look at all the world and all the needs in the world and you say, there's nothing I can do. You cannot do everything, but you can do something. And this is what gives me the stamina. As I get out there and there's so much need, I say, I cannot do everything, but I can do something. So there's an anthill. That is the people receiving medical care. Next. That is our bedroom. You can see goats. When we go, the ground is all sand. So what we bring is a sheet and then those mats made from palm leaves. And you set yourself a place to sleep. The owner of this compound allowed us to be on his compound, and then he also had his goats. So in the middle of the night, we get some music from the goats. And you know the goats have their bathroom where they are.
Oh, okay.
So this is a moment of prayer. Next. And there are the goats, our friends, brought down at the riverbed. Then as they dig through the sand, they somehow come to water. But there are times that it is totally not there. Next slide. When we get to the Turkana, it's bare and they don't have the sense of cooking. So we begin by looking for anything that we can burn up and set up a fire and start our cooking. We cannot do everything in Turkana, but there is something we can do. You cannot go out. You may look at yourself and say, we are just a small team. What can we do? But you can do something. You cannot do everything, but you can do something. Paul says to the Roman that in Christ there is neither Jew nor Greek. And he says that we need to go and tell them. They need to hear. And then he says, how will they hear unless they are told? And who will tell them unless they are sent? And so there is something that I can do, however little I can. I can get somebody to hear this gospel. And there's somebody here that God will enable to do something. You cannot do it all. The world is vast, and as Pastor was saying, we have them even at the doorstep. There is somebody who needs to hear about Jesus, and there's somebody who needs to be sent to take out the word about Jesus. You may not be the great Peter who goes out and evangelizes and heals through the power of Christ, but you can be an Andrew who says, we have found the Messiah, and brings others to find him. God bless you.